Okay, I really did not want to make this video. Initially, I thought that making a reply post and a reply video would be pretty cringe. However, after reading through some of these comments, it seems that a lot of yous have been warped by KempQ's narrative skills. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. But today we're going to talk about it and we're going to get to the facts.
Basically, his friend had come up to me begging to NH stake. Turns out when I agreed, he logged out and 1013 logged into the account. Some people think this is kind of low, kind of weird thing to do. And I gotta be honest, I kind of agree with that.
Okay, so KempQ shows this DM on screen and he very clearly makes it look like I am the one DMing him, telling him that, quote, I don't respect people who hide on alts. Now I found this message buried in my DMs and let's take a look at the specific context of this message. Now, first of all, it was not sent to KempQ or anyone associated with him relative to the context of his video. This was a DM that was sent to someone with the name Kala, who is a cheater on an alt account in a tournament who got disqualified for breaking the tournament rules. And then shortly after, because I'm the one that got him disqualified, he continued with some flaming, which I mean, it's a PvP community, it is what it is. However, he did something that's completely unacceptable and he posted a picture of my in real life, i.e. he doxed me. Now, somewhere in the middle of all this flaming, and I even confirmed this a few minutes later when I say, I alt for money all the time, but never in a tournament, which of course KempQ conveniently left out.
Some people think this is kind of low, kind of weird. Kind of agree with that.
Okay, now put yourself in my shoes. Would you be friends with KempQ if you had known that he was friends with people like this behind the scenes? Now, if your answer is yes, then I don't know what to tell you. And this isn't some random DM that happened in a public chat. The majority of these DMs happened in a private chat. So my question is, how in the world did KempQ find out about them?
It's spineless on behalf of the person that gets their friend to PK for them, and then it's deceptive on the part of the PKer that logs into the account. And honestly, you're not a real friend if you let your friend back out of a fight. It just devalues any sense of achievement from getting good at PKing.
And for those of you that don't know, alting is essentially using an account that is not yours to fight other players, which is essentially what every single YouTuber streamer nowadays pretty much does.
I kid you not, Wallah, be ready to live. A guy called Massive RS. I'm in Panic 07 stream. Would you mind logging in and try killing him for me? First fight, I killed him with a whip double maul. He did even singly.
There is a very simple reason why all the top PKs fight on alt or friends accounts. And it is because nobody will fight us otherwise.
1013. He won the last Deadman Mode tournament. I fought him earlier this year, but I wouldn't have fought him if I knew it was him. I wouldn't have fought him if I knew it was him.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Quite a bit later, I was playing Deadman Mode, and some guy asked me if I wanted to NH stake just a shirt plate body for just a shirt plate body in the main game. Worth around 50 mil old school, I accepted. He traded over the plate body in Deadman Mode, and we both logged into the main game to do the fights. But yeah, turns out it wasn't the guy that asked me. I got alted again. Of course, the guy kept lying in Deadman Mode even when I traded over both the plate bodies. He kept saying it was him and that I was acting weird for asking questions about who he is.
Okay, now just to clarify real quick, the person who was talking to KempQ to initiate these fights wasn't me. At the time, I was busy alting against two other PKers called Jason and Tito, who were also coincidentally alting against me. Now, why were all three of us alting against each other? Maybe it's because if they knew that I was Panic, they would choose not to fight me. And to their perspective, if I had found out who they were, they probably thought that I wouldn't fight them.
We got Jason for a bit earlier as well, Jason and Tito.
Bro, we're just baiting everyone, bro.
And once again, baiting is not against the rules, it is 100% allowed. I've actually spoken to Jason and Tito much more and I'm much closer with them than I am with KempQ, but I still do not consider them as close friends and they would say exactly the same thing.
And I was really curious who this guy was that was beating me. So I asked one of my friends. Panic, the YouTuber with 93,000 subs, he's a friend of mine and is one of the best PKers in the game.
Thank you.
So I trust his guesses when he says he thinks it's an Australian PvP clan. He asks me why I'm asking, also asks me if I went against them, if I won, and he also makes a few guesses at who could be on the account. He was trying to be helpful, which I appreciated.
For the first fight, I genuinely did not know that it was Camp on the account. I don't watch his videos. The three people in our call didn't know him either, which is pretty evident in my fucking video when the guy says,
"Who is this guy you guys keep winning money off?"
And it was then, not before, but after the first fight is when I found out and decided not to tell him.
Afterwards, I continue rematching because I wanted to make my money back and I thought I could beat him. I lost about 250 mil.
I actually 3-0'd him for 350 mil, but anyway.
It was entirely my fault for knowing that I was getting ulted by some person I didn't know. After the Deadman tournament is over, Panic messages me and asks me if I'm online. I say yes sir, and he sends me a screenshot of the PvP performance tracker from those very fights. Turns out, it was him on the account. And by complete coincidence, I had been asking him who it was while we were doing the fights.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Why? Because ulting is not against the rules. And I'm sorry, but Kemp and I were not friends. And the reason for that is because he acts like his hands are clean when in reality...
Today, I wanted to talk about how I recently got banned on my main account, KempQ. But what got it permanently banned was that I real world traded, which is against the game rules. Some people think this is kind of low, kind of weird. Kind of agree with that.
And bro, like at the end of the day, I shouldn't have to justify why I personally do not like someone. That is between me and that person. And if you really think KempQ was as good as friends as he's making it out that we were, wouldn't you think it would have made sense for him to DM me about it in private, or like have an actual, or call me on Discord and have a one-on-one conversation about it? Maybe ask me to take the video down? Like, it makes absolutely no sense.
10 minutes later, a video goes up on his YouTube channel that's exactly 8 minutes and 1 second long, has an 80-second mobile game ad. Entire video is just our fights, with his friends in the background, happy at how they got someone better than them to PK on their account.
Actually, yes, that is 100% correct. That is legit the reason why we did what we did. And again, not against the rules. If you don't like it, maybe stick to your Iron Man account, bro.
Man only came to me with the truth because he needed to put out his sponsored video for a payout. Everything he says in the pinned comment and DMs with me completely contradicts what's happening in the video.
Actually, no, there was not a single thing in the video that I contradicted myself on. Everything that I said happened the way it did.
He says he didn't know I'm Endeavorant, the account I was PKing on, even though I've competed with that RuneScape name in many tournaments against him in the past.
Bro, that is the biggest bullshit I have ever heard. Even if it was true, it could only be maybe one or two tournaments max where we have versed each other. At max. And they must have been a very long time ago because I have zero recollection of it, and I'm sure everyone watching this video right now, not one person remembers it.
I like how he says he figured I would want to fight him, but when I was actually fighting him, he made up this elaborate game of cat and mouse.
Do you mean me ulting versus you and beating you for 350 mil? And they're not telling you about it because one, I didn't want you to tell the NHs that were there at the time, and two, I didn't really like you and I wanted to keep the money. Even though I didn't keep it, it was my friend's money, but same thing. If that is what you call an elaborate game of cat and mouse, you believe what you want.
Turns out Panic had actually learned how to do NHPKing from 1013 himself, the guy that had ulted me before.
And surprise, surprise, another lie.
And also hangs out with all the other cool kids from the Frontline clan.
Now this is just false on so many levels. I said it before and I'll say it again. I am not friends with almost anyone from Frontline except for Kevin and 1013. I'm not sure who is feeding you this false information, but maybe do some research before you make serious accusations like that, bro. Because earlier in your video, you absolutely slandered Frontline, accusing them of, botting AHKing and so on. And then I find it pretty fucking convenient that you just mix me into the middle of it with zero proof. I've said it over and over again, and even to you personally, that I am not in a clan. And again, for you to make such an accusation relative to the context of your own video is absolutely fucked up. Now, the rest of the video wasn't anything constructive. I think the best thing to call it is just 3.5 minutes straight of just...
Are all your videos sponsored by the Wii Sports soundtrack? The man also has one editing technique that guides him like it's his religion. Panic. What's up with the zoom-ins?
Oh boy, a new Panic video. I can't wait to go watch him bully Pure's 15 combat levels lower than him for 30k loot.
He spent a lot of time creating 90,000 accounts and subscribing to himself. So yeah, looks like the clanning scene has been treating you well. Congratulations on my GP.
Thank you.
This had nothing to do with him feeling betrayed by a friend. This is just simply me embarrassing him in a video by beating him 4-0 very easily and consistently on the tracker as well for 350 million GP on his own fucking ping. End of story. That is what this is about. He didn't like it. Then I uploaded a video. It embarrassed him. He wanted to get revenge, and this is the only fucking way he could do it because he can't beat me in game. I mean, it's as simple as that. He cannot go after me in game, so he went after me personally. For every one of you that have supported me through this, I really, really appreciate it. I really do consider this pretty petty, unimportant. There's more important things going on in the universe than, one NHer ulting against another NHer. Like, but yeah, anyway, I'm done talking about this. I'm not going to make any more videos about this. Even if KempQ replies back, I'm not interested. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop and go to sleep. Peace, guys. Have a good night.